The Enigmatic Cruise. I remember it like it was yesterday, even though it's been nearly 30 years. The year was 1993, and I had just won an all-expenses-paid cruise to the Caribbean. The days leading up to the trip were filled with excitement, and I couldn't wait to embark on the adventure. The cruise ship was colossal, an ocean-bound palace. It was called the Sapphire Dream, and it lived up to its name. From the shimmering azure paint on the hull to the sparkling crystal chandeliers that adorned the grand ballroom, the ship was a picture of opulence. As I stepped onto the plush, burgundy carpet in the main atrium, I marveled at the intricate wrought iron railings that gracefully wound their way up the sweeping staircase. A soft, sweet melody of a violin drifted through the air, harmonizing with the gentle hum of the ship's engine. On the second night of the voyage, I attended a black tie gala. The women were draped in elegant gowns, while the men donned their sharpest suits. It was a warm evening, with the inky, star-studded sky as our canopy. The sea, calm and serene, reflected the moonlight like a polished mirror. The ship glided smoothly through the water, leaving a frothy trail of white foam in its wake. It was during this moonlit extravaganza that the peculiar incident occurred. As I stood near the edge of the deck, sipping champagne and watching the hypnotic waves, I noticed a woman in a captivating emerald green dress. She was tall and slender, with flowing raven black hair that cascaded down her back like a silken waterfall. Her eyes were an ethereal shade of green, and her alabaster skin seemed to glow under the moonlight. She stood alone, leaning on the railing, her gaze fixed on the distant horizon. There was something mysterious, almost otherworldly about her, and I couldn't help but be drawn to her. As I approached, she turned her head, and our eyes met. Her lips curved into a delicate smile, and she beckoned me to join her. For a moment, our conversation was like any other between two strangers. We exchanged pleasantries and spoke about the cruise, the food, the music. But then, she leaned in closer, her voice barely above a whisper. "Do you believe in the supernatural?" she asked, her eyes twinkling with an enigmatic glint. Taken aback, I hesitated before responding. "I've never experienced anything out of the ordinary, but I suppose I'm open to the possibility," I replied cautiously. With a sly smile, she leaned even closer. "Would you like to witness something extraordinary?" The way she posed the question sent shivers down my spine. "Sure," I said, my curiosity piqued. Her eyes searched mine, as if measuring my sincerity. Then, with a subtle nod, she extended her hand. "Come with me." We descended into the belly of the ship, navigating labyrinthine corridors lined with mahogany-paneled walls and dimly lit by flickering oil lamps. The air grew colder, and the comforting hum of the ship's engine faded into silence. The woman led me to a door at the end of a narrow passageway. She paused, placing her hand on the brass doorknob. "Beyond this door, you'll see something few have ever seen and even fewer have spoken of," she warned. "Are you ready?" I swallowed hard, my heart racing. "Yes," I whispered, my voice barely audible. She pushed the door open, revealing a vast, dimly lit room. The space was filled with antique furniture draped in white cloth, and the scent of dust and age hung heavy in the air. As my eyes adjusted, I noticed a large, ornate mirror positioned at the far end of the room. The woman guided me towards it, her steps silent on the worn wooden floor. As we neared the mirror, I noticed something strange. The glass seemed to ripple, like water disturbed by a falling pebble. The woman's smile widened as she noticed my confusion. "Watch," she said, her voice barely a breath. She extended her hand and touched the mirror's surface. To my astonishment, her fingers slipped through the glass as if it were liquid. My eyes widened in disbelief, and I took an involuntary step back. The woman withdrew her hand and turned to me, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Your turn," she said, her voice both inviting and challenging. My heart pounded in my chest, but I couldn't resist the allure of the unknown. I hesitantly reached out and, with bated breath, touched the mirror. To my amazement, my fingers sank into the glass as if it were mere water. I gasped, my breath fogging the mirror's surface. The woman's laughter rang through the room, a melodic sound that echoed off the walls. "What you're experiencing," she said, "is a doorway to another realm, one that exists alongside our own but remains hidden to most." Her words sent chills down my spine, but I couldn't tear my eyes away from the mirror. As I gazed into its depths, I felt a strange, magnetic pull, a yearning to step through and explore the unknown. The woman saw the longing in my eyes and shook her head. "I'm afraid you cannot go any further. This is as close as you may come to the other side." I reluctantly withdrew my hand, my fingers tingling with the residual sensation of the mirror's strange energy. "Who are you?" I asked, my voice trembling. She smiled enigmatically. Just someone who has been granted a glimpse into the unseen. And now, you have too. We left the room, and the woman guided me back through the winding corridors to the bustling world above. The music and laughter of the gala seemed almost surreal after what we had experienced. As we stood together at the railing, the woman in the emerald dress turned to me one last time. "Remember this night," she said softly, "for it is a rare gift to see beyond the veil of our world." With that, she slipped away, disappearing into the crowd like a phantom. I never saw her again for the remainder of the cruise. When I inquired about her, no one seemed to know who she was or where she had gone. To this day, I still think about that enigmatic woman and the extraordinary secret she shared with me. I often find myself gazing into mirrors, wondering if I'll ever glimpse that other realm again. But the glass remains solid, and the doorway stays closed. The memories of that night on the Sapphire Dream continue to haunt me, a reminder of a world that exists just beyond our reach. And while I may never fully understand the strange occurrence on that moonlit deck, I am grateful for the brief glimpse into the unknown that forever changed my perception of reality. Over the years, I've shared my story with only a few close friends. Most dismiss it as a dream or a trick of the mind. But I know what I saw, what I felt, and I can't shake the feeling that the woman in the emerald dress had given me a rare and precious gift. I often wonder who she was and why she chose to reveal that secret to me. Was she a guardian of that other realm, or perhaps a traveler between worlds? The answers remain elusive, like wisps of smoke that vanish when grasped. And so, I cherish the enigma, a precious memory wrapped in a shroud of mystery. The Sapphire Dream has long since retired, its luxurious decks now empty and silent. But the story of the woman in the emerald dress and the hidden doorway will forever sail with me, a reminder of the unexplainable wonders that exist just beyond the boundaries of our understanding.